It was a moment those gathered here have hoped for decades. Last week, a demolition crew broke through the Iron Gate Dam, the last of 4 hydroelectric dams being removed on the Klamath River, which stretches for 400 kilometers from the state of Oregon to the California coast. The dam breach is part of the largest river restoration project ever undertaken in the United States. The goal is to revive an ecosystem that once supported indigenous communities from the headwaters to the Pacific coast, but has suffered during the century that dams were in place.
Our communities have always fought for the protection of the sacredness of our Mother Earth and the sacredness of our waterways. So it's an exciting day to see this move forward and to watch that water pour over.
Salmon migrate between the ocean and fresh water. They were once abundant throughout the Klamath Basin. But after dam construction, salmon were blocked from reaching the upper river. Water temperatures rose, and toxic algae bloomed. Salmon populations dropped below 10% of what they once were.
We lost salmon into our homelands 107 years ago. Myself personally, I've been involved with this issue since 1980. I hope to live long enough to see a salmon come swimming by my home in Chiloquin.
Klamath tribes led a decades-long battle to remove the dams, traveling great distances to protest at meetings of the corporation that owned the dams.
We could not afford to lose in the battle for the protection of this river and its resources, because that's who we are as Yurok people.
Ultimately, the dam's owner, Pacific Corp, accepted a deal to remove them, rather than pay for costly environmental upgrades. Draining of the dam's reservoirs began in January and has uncovered over 1,100 hectares of land the state of California has pledged to return to the Shasta Indian Nation, which once lived there. This year, teams of mostly tribal members have been planting native seeds in the former lake beds and restoring habitat for returning fish. And the river's people, who have sometimes clashed over the precious resource of water in this arid region, will also be making a fresh start.
So now people have to reestablish those relationships that have been severed by these dams and recognize our common reliance on one another to fix the world.
Many in the crowd, while taking a moment to celebrate, acknowledged that a restored Klamath ecosystem is still many years away. Matt Dibble, VOA News, Hornbrook, California.